Laupahoehoe town is full of history, and the best place to catch up on it is right here at the Laupahoehoe Train Museum. We're going to go pay Doug a visit and take a look at some of his collectibles inside. Hey, Doug, how's it going?
All right.
All right, we're here with Doug at the Laupahoehoe Train Museum. He's the treasurer over here. Tell me, how long you guys been in business?
Well, we've been in business for 14 years. We started up right after the sugar plantations closed down. So we wanted something to help out the community, and that's how we started.
Wow, that's absolutely super cool. You know, some of the memorabilia you got inside dates back to over 100 years ago.
That's correct. The trains actually ran out here from 1909 till 1946.
Well, I'm really into collectible bottles, so I really want to take a look at your collection inside.
All right, well, let's go on in.
All right. Okay, Doug, tell us about this little neat model that you got over here. It's really cool.
It's an HO scale of the trains running along the Hamakua coast. This was set up to be something like downtown Hilo. Because this was made by the Big Island Railroad Modelers Association. They wanted it to be for their own use, so they set it up before we ever actually had the train museum. So this kind of represents downtown Hilo, where you have the Bayfront Road curving in. But probably the more important fact was that the railways ran right along the waterfront. Because it was 46, it was right after World War II. Iron was at premium prices, so they just opted to pick up all the rails. They cut up the engine, sold everything for scrap iron, and that was the end of our railway.
That's the end of an old generation of railroad workers and plantation workers using the trains.
That's right.
Wow, Doug, can you tell us a little bit about this special room here?
This is the plantation room. We have pictures in here representing what the sugar workers actually had to do and a lot of the equipment that they used.
Well, you know, the sugar plantations all over the Big Island definitely started back in the 1870s, and, you know, it was a major lifestyle for everybody on all the islands, and, you know, these pictures are absolutely something special to behold.
The Train Museum is more than just a train museum. It does represent the culture as well as some of the actual sugar plantation items that we had here back in the 1940s and even before then.
Wow, talk about really old forms of communication. They have the little Morse code thing here, and talk about old dial-up. Hey, still dial tone. That's pretty amazing. And, you know, the computer right here, the old typewriters. It's absolutely amazing, the people in the turn of the century and how they operated and got things done. Hey, Doug, tell me a little bit about this old train bell you got over here.
Well, we started off with our smaller bell behind here. We had to have something to show that we had a train out here, so we had a small bell that we bought in California. We put that out here, and then we had a visitor come in and said, you know, I got the train bell up at Kohala, so why don't I bring that down? So that's what we have now. So would you like to listen to it?
Oh, I certainly would. That's awesome.
All right, let's try it out.
Wow. Makes you feel like you're in Little House on the Prairie or something. That's pretty cool.
So Blake, I understand you're into bottle collecting. You know anything about this one?
Oh, most definitely. This is the Hamakua Hutch. You know, it's a Bimmel from the 1890s, made by the Miyazaki family over there at Hamakua. These things ran for about 5 cents a drink back in the day, but it cost the local manufacturer about $6. Yeah, they call these a Hutch bottles because of the patent by Mr. Hutchinson, and they have a little lead wire stopper. This is actually a quite collectible bottle. They run about $200 if you find one in good shape. Oh, really nice bottle, Doug.
All right, well, we have it right here, along with all the other bottles.
These guys at the Laupahoehoe train station have all kinds of really cool bottles and collectibles. You know, they got this really nice train right out there. I can't wait. Let's go take a look at that one, Doug.
All right, let's go.
All right, cool. Hey, Doug, this reads explosive. Should I be concerned about anything here?
Oh, this used to carry explosives back at the sugar plantation. It's been totally restored now, so you don't have to worry about it. I don't believe there's anything in there that'll explode today.
pretty cool on how these guys operated with the explosives. I'm sure there was some hazard pay for some of these guys, right?
Oh, trains were always a very dangerous adventure, no matter what you did.
All right, they got another caboose up here. Let's go check it out. All right, HCR, what does that stand for?
The HCR stands for the Hawaii Consolidated Railway. That was the actual railway that ran along the coast here. This caboose right now is Woody. This Woody was the replica of the cabooses that ran along the coast here. Unfortunately, when the tsunami hit in '46, none of the railways actually lasted, so we had to bring something in to show that we did have standard gauge trains here.
All right, well, let's take a look inside. I hear the first words out of people's mouths when they come in here is, wow. Wow, this place is actually like stepping back in time. The high ceiling over here, all wood around. It kind of puts you back in time when the old plantation was running, right?
That is our logo, a step back in time. The caboose that we have right now really kind of shows a little bit about what it was like back in that romantic age.
So I see there was some small living quarters over here for some of the employees, a little bunk bed right here.
This would have been used for the workers if they wanted to have a place to take a break. They could come have a little nap, or else if they needed to work, they had a workplace down here. Some of the cabooses actually had a stove in here. This one unfortunately didn't have that.
It really feels like something out of a Western movie. I'm waiting for the train robbers to come in at any moment.
You never know. It's a step back in time.
Wow, it's really neat. Wow, that's the before picture of the actual major restoration they did on this train. They did a really good job. It's absolutely spectacular and informative. After 100 years of service, this train's still going like it was yesterday, huh, Doug?
Oh, it still runs, yeah.
All right, ring that bell. Awesome. Yeah. All right, Doug, that was really cool. It was like stepping back in time. Hey, thanks a lot, Doug. It's nice meeting you.
Thank you.
If you're looking for the best place for stepping back in time, you check out the Laupahoehoe Train Museum.